Hello, everyone. This is Dia from Canadian College for Higher Studies, and we're still on our faculty series today. We're going to explore deeper about the world of SAP. And joining me right now is Mr. Mirza Beg, a certified ICM professional and one of the SAP trainers at Canadian College for Higher Studies. Let's say hello to Mr. Beg. Hi.
Hi there, how are you?
I'm great, thank you. How are you doing today?
Good, very good. Thank you very much. Thank
All
you.
right. So we talked about a lot about S4 HANA on the previous episodes. Now we want to talk more about your profession as a consultant. Tell us everything, how to start a career as a consultant.
Yeah, I would start off with first and first foremost is like with anybody else, you cannot become a consultant right away from, getting out of the university or college. So
Mm-hmm.
I would say that, you need some experience, you need some industry experience. And based on and I'm not saying that nobody can do it because there are entrepreneurs who have started off right after college
Right.
and they are running their businesses like anything.
Yes.
And consultants like us, sometimes we are, working for them. So there is no stop for anybody. There is always a room for, people to fill that vacuum or fill that gap. But again, having said that, a good way of getting into an industry as a consultant is that when you know the business in and out,
Mm,
and that's where you can start off with with your expertise, you where you can improve something. It's like coaching people while on the while being there. So
right.
if you look at sports coach, if you look at anybody who's coaching people,
Right.
they know the business, they know the game,
Mm-hmm.
and they know how to succeed,
Right.
and they see a lot of people with a lot of skill set. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes they see, like in an athletic setup, in an athletic group, you would see that there would be somebody picked up for javelin throw, there would be somebody picked up for a race, a 100-meter race, a 500-meter race,
Mm-hmm.
based on the skill set. Most of the time when you are in the business, sometimes you are being told by people that you make a good consultant, you are good in training, you are good in solving problems.
Right.
So there you start getting that kind of feedback, and then you start working on, like, when I was getting into this industry almost like a decade ago,
Mm-hmm.
I was being told by one of my friends that before you get into this field,
Mm-hmm.
why don't you do a certified supply chain professional certification. I
Okay.
didn't know that that exists at all.
Really?
And then I get into that certification. Yeah, then I get into that certification,
Mm-hmm.
and that certification actually helped me a lot because I knew the business,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't know that whatever we have learned from experience actually exists somewhere. Like, some books are there, the body of knowledge is there. So that actually gives you a lot of confidence. That gives you a lot of validation what you have been doing. Like if somebody asks me about, there is certain concept of in logistics called OTIF,
Right.
OTIF, on time in full.
Okay.
Previously, from my experience, I always knew that OTIF of 92 to 95 is good. Having an OTIF of 98%, which is on time in full customer fulfillment, will always cost you money.
Okay.
And that, when I read all those books and literature and whatever is available, got to know that this is something which is written there somewhere. We measure it with the number of orders come in, the
Okay.
number of orders passed, and
Oh.
number of orders failed. So it has a lot of things like right product, right place, right
Mhm.
customer, right invoice, and all those. Like those are 7 hours
Okay.
which goes into right. Everything has to be right.
Okay.
But having said it, again, I would encourage people to to come with the mindset that industry in supply chain management itself, it's a wide open industry. You can start off with an IT, into SAP, into SAP and SCM, which is supply chain management,
Mhm.
into logistics, into procurement, into warehousing,
Right.
and I believe everybody has got some kind of skill set which gives them an edge over other. So don't follow somebody that, okay, he's my friend, he's doing it,
Yeah.
I'm going to do the same thing.
So
Just
it's
follow your own instincts, that somebody is very good in numbers, somebody is very good in analytics, so they should go into the business finance of the side of the business.
right.
Somebody is very good in making sure that people follow rules and guidelines and everything. So
Right.
there is something which is health, safety, and environment. In supply chain management, road transport safety is the biggest challenge.
Road
So
transport.
those are simple,
Okay.
signs you need to look for.
Okay.
Yeah,
So it's knowing your niche, right? Is what really counts.
exactly.
Yes. What about your niche yourself? Well,
I
what
found
is your
I
specialty?
found my niche initially. Yeah, I found my niche initially in training,
Okay.
and I was being told again and again that you are a very good coordinator. You
Oh,
can gather people. You have a good way of making sure that message is sent across.
that's great.
So I started off with health and safety and environment. I won
Mhm.
like some awards. Then
Right.
I got interest into that field, and then moved on to training and development. Then moved on to SAP as my niche,
Oh,
and I realized that ERP implementation is something which is if you have the knowledge. So
right.
I did not start off with SAP consultant right away. I started off with a business user, and then I was leading a team, so I got to know and I got my interest developed. I spoke to some consultants. They say,
Hmm.
yeah, you make a good ERP consultant, so why
Hmm.
don't you start working on that? So I it's the way of developing your taste and developing your skills. So you
Okay.
need to keep yourself your arms and everything sharp, so
Right.
that you can start working somewhere. So I believe that you need to look for changes. Again, as I said in the previous episode,
Right.
you are driving on a highway. Your job market is driving like driving on a highway and very fast. So
Right.
you need to keep looking out what are changes happening, what
Hmm.
are the new trends happening.
Right.
Is there anything which is required in the
Right.
next 5 years? Why don't I start working with that now, so that when I reach to that 5 years mark, I would be skilled rather than a new market entrant.
Right. So the ability to predict as well is what is needed, right? And stay
I
in
I I, I
community.
won't say predict. I won't say prediction, because prediction is something which we may not be able to do, but
Right.
looking for the change, like
Okay.
it's like you can see when you are driving, you see things are changing.
Hmm.
Like the road, every second the view at the back is changing, every second the view at the front is changing.
Right.
So the defensive driving technique or the good driving technique is that you keep scanning your mirrors,
Right.
left, right, center, left, right, center, and then forward also. So you need to look for changes, trends, follow the market trends, and just behave like these stock market people. They behave. They
Yeah.
look for good news,
Exactly.
bad news,
Yes.
what is changing, what is coming up,
Right.
and that's how you change yourself.
So what are the market trends right now, and how do you see what's going to change in the next 5, 10 years so that we can be prepared in terms of
Technology,
technology?
technology.
Mm.
I would say technology. Yeah,
Mm.
technology is changing. Anybody who is currently working, like those are some of the 5-10 years down the road.
Yep.
uh, I can say about 5 years. 5 years, within 5 years, a lot of changes are happening in supply chain arena, which is
Hmm.
uh, drones. Drones are coming for delivery.
For
There would be
everything,
even like certification. Yeah, so there are certifications in drone technology.
for sure.
So
Yeah.
those people who think that, oh, yeah, so those people who think that I am able to invest some money and I'm able to invest in my future, they can learn how to operate a drone. So for
Hmm.
a small parcel delivery, you won't require drivers. You would be requiring drones.
Yes.
And that can, if you know how to operate that, it's an industry for you. Again, looking at supply chain from supply chain perspective, and I'm an SAP associate, so I know I can talk more about that. That SAP is bringing up a lot of things into their ambit. Supply chain is one of that.
Hmm.
Supply chain is also growing. So the way you are operating, the way, like in procurement, it's
Right.
not only SAP, it's connecting something to SAP, which is called SAP Ariba. Now that is a different ball game altogether. You can you cannot even imagine at the moment right now
Hmm.
that things are going to be that easy, that you can use a mobile phone to purchase an office product. You can
Right.
use your cell phone to do, instead of just going
Yeah.
on your computer and something like that. So
Mhm.
things do change. In logistics, you have a lot of applications which are developed now that you can always use. So procurement, Within supply chain, there is a big thing called business analytics. You can
Right.
also make your career in business analytics.
Okay. And have you also even prepared for yourself, in order to be ready for the changes that are coming up?
Yeah, I can tell you currently I am working on more than two or three certifications.
Oh my goodness.
Uh, you
Wow.
know, yeah, I'm working on a certification in project management, which is
Hmm.
called Agile uh, Certified Practitioner.
Right.
Agile is something which is mostly used in software industry or in industry where you need to do very quick turnaround. Although I am a certified project manager, I'm a certified project management professional. But having said so, that's maybe a bit of old school.
Right.
You need to upgrade your skills. So I'm working on that. Apart from that, I'm also working on a couple of SAP certifications,
Hmm.
which is Ariba,
Yep.
and that is maybe 2 years down the road would be the talk of the town, will be the not the flavor of the month, I would say.
No.
That would be something which is the near future coming up.
Okay.
So it's not, somebody should be looking for changes which are happening,
Hmm.
and those changes are definitely are on the lookout. So Ariba is one of those.
Right here at your position right now, how long does it take for you?
I would say I might be a slow runner, so it took me a while.
Okay.
But it takes around 5 years, I would say,
Oh, that's not long
at
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 all.
a, at a
Mhm.
minimum. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that takes 5 years, but it's not like you jump on a train and then you keep sitting. You
Hmm.
need to evolve yourself. You need to continuously evolve yourself. Don't think that, oh, I've aged, so I don't have to,
Yeah.
to learn something new.
Mhm.
If you need to be in the market current, it's like climbing a pole which has a lot of grease on it.
Oh,
So you need to continue climbing. You need to
right.
continue your efforts. The moment you are going to lose yourself, you are going to slip down, and you will come down like anything. So it's a continuous improvement.
Yes.
It's a continuous journey,
Right.
and you continue to learn. So you will be current in the market. The best part is that you need to be current in the market.
Right.
And I'm glad actually that a lot of students which I meet in most of the private colleges,
Mhm.
the best thing about is that so many people who have crossed their 40s even, they are willing to join, and they are willing to get into
Oh,
schooling again.
that's
and
interesting.
and, and not thinking like that's a taboo. Oh, my kids, I have got
Okay.
teenage kids,
Hmm.
they are studying. And sometimes my youngest one, she used to ask me that, why do you go to school when I used to carry my bag and go to for training courses? She used to ask me that, oh, you're so grown up, why you are going to the school? So that's actually, you need to bring into kids mind as well, that this is a continuous journey. It's
Exactly.
not just you achieve something, like you have completed your MBA and then you are done.
Yeah.
No, certifications are on the lookout. Companies are actually looking for something which is very current.
That's really good. That's really
That is
inspirational for sure. I feel left behind. It's time for me to get some new skill for sure. You are now working on two skills at the same time. I'm like, wow, okay, that's great. Very inspirational again. Thank you so much, Mr. Bake, for joining us today. There's a lot of
Thank you,
key
Dia.
takeaways for sure that we learned from this discussion. And if you're interested to take one of the short courses at Canadian College for Higher Studies, please email us at study@thecanadiancollege.ca.